Hello guys, welcome to a new video. Today I've got an updated first round mock draft after the Eagles and Saints trade. So I've got a breakdown of that trade on the channel if y'all want to watch that. But in the meantime, let's get started with this number one pick, and I think it's pretty obvious. I don't see any chance where this isn't Aiden Hutchinson at this point. Now, if something happens to Cam Robinson, or, something along that offensive line, sure, take Evan Neal or Ricky Ekwonu, whoever you prefer. I think it's extremely close between both of them. But I am going to take Aiden Hutchinson. Barring farther change with one of the tackles, I think this is the obvious and best pick. It's the obvious pick for a reason. I love Hutch. Maybe not the highest ceiling. I think KT has a higher ceiling. But I do think I think it's very close. Like, almost not even worth discussing the difference. But Hutch has a much higher floor. He's going to be an immediate impact, immediate locker room guy as well, where KT, there's some concerns there. I think it's the clear number one player and pick. So, with the Lions at 2, this is where the draft gets interesting. Because I think if the Lions go quarterback here, you're going to see QBs start to fly off the board. I do. But if they go somewhere else, who knows? But I'm up in the air on this. I like Kyle Hamilton here, but he is starting to fall. There's some concerns with him now. I still think he's sixth on my big board for a reason. I love Kyle Hamilton. I think he can do a lot of things on the defense. There are some concerns for sure. I'm not too concerned with the 40 time if you watch it. I don't know if he practiced at all, which, maybe that's concerning. Maybe he's not, dedicated. I don't know. I'm reading too much into it. No, I'm still in love with Kyle Hamilton, but I actually am gonna go a different way. I'm gonna go Kayvon Thibodeau. Now this is a risky pick, yes, because you've got all the character concerns, you've got all of that, but the upside of KT, I've said it before. I think he's got the most upside of any player in this class, and I'm willing to take a chance on that at 2. Now at 3 with the Texans, things start to get interesting. I really like the idea of going tackle here. I don't mind going Travon Walker here if you really like his upside. But I do think if you're the Texans, you want to get good players. That's just why, even if KT's there at 3, I don't like that pick because he's risky. I don't think that's what the Texans are wanting to do. I like Sauce Gardner. He's going to be a good player for you. You know that. I think he's got a good floor. He's going to be a shutdown corner. Jermaine Johnson, maybe they're higher on him because he's got such a high floor. They just want good players, I think. They want to hit. But there are some concerns on the offensive line. So I do think it makes sense to go with your top lineman here. For me, that is Evan Neal. He's my second best player in the class. I love Evan Neal. He's a big dude. Ike Ekwonu might have more upside. I don't know. It's close, though. I think it's so close that really it's just pick your poison. Now, with the Jets, do you go another tackle? I don't hate that. Do you go Sauce Gardner? Kyle Hamilton's got to be in consideration here. Travon Walker's got to be on the board. Garrett Wilson, maybe? I don't know. That one's kind of interesting. But I do think I'm going to go Sauce Gardner. I think with the Texans, it's more likely for them to go with a tackle than the Jets, only because, right, you've got kind of the same thing. You've got, star tackle potentially could be traded. If either team trades, it's going to be tackle there more than likely. But also, I look at Sauce Gardner specifically with the Jets, and I say, if he's not there at 10, which I don't think he would be, I'm going to be hurting by that. I mean, you've got a Derek Stingley, but I think he's a lot more riskier than Sauce. So I really like getting that shutdown corner. 5 with the Giants. Now, personally, I think this could be a trade down spot, and it's like, wait, it's the higher of the 2 picks. Well, if you trade to a team that wants a quarterback, potentially quarterback goes again at 6. Apparently, the Giants are high on Charles Cross, so if another team takes Ike Ekwonu, like the Panthers, worst case, or a team trades up for Ike Ekwonu, the Panthers are probably going to take quarterback if quarterback doesn't go at 5, and even if it does, they still could. Like, I think you end up with Ike Ekwonu or Charles Cross, either way, if you trade out of this pick. So, I quite like trading down here. Maybe to, I don't know who would be interested here. maybe the Saints, if the Saints did acquire those picks to trade up for a quarterback. I don't think they did, personally. You can look at my Saints 7-round mock. The Steelers, but yeah, I'm not going to do a trade here. I am just going to stick and not risk it, take Ike Ekwonu. Right? Apparently they really like Charles Cross. And if that's your guy, take him. I have nothing against that. 6 with the Panthers. Oh, if I'm the Panthers, I'm wanting to trade down here, right? But you got to have some realism here. And in all reality, I do think this pick is Malik Willis. You see him. I've got him here at 24th on my big board, right? I'm not high on any of these quarterbacks. However, he does have, I'd say, well, maybe not by far. Sam Howell is kind of close second whenever it comes to upside, but combining upside, I think it's Malik Willis here. Desperate coaching staff. We saw it with the Bears, even if it didn't end up very well for them. I do think that's what they're going to do. So 7's another trade down spot, and I've seen this. Giants trading down with Jets, and the Jets come up and get Garrett Wilson before the Falcons pick. Oh, that's sweet, right? But I don't think I'm going to do trades here, just throwing out some different things. Travon Walker is kind of interesting here. Swing for the fences, right? Kyle Hamilton's fun. I do think I'm going to go with Travon Walker. I think edge help is a big need. Safety is interesting. You could go corner here as well with James Bradbury, right? With all that. You could go Stingley. I don't hate that. That's another kind of swing for the fences kind of pick. But I am going to go Travon Walker. I think the NFL is pretty high on him from what I've seen. He could easily go at 2. Could easily go above KT. Less character concerns with him, obviously. Yeah, I like the pick. 8, Falcons. Yeah, I think this is another pick where it makes sense to trade back. Maybe if a team's in love with Kenny Pickett, they trade up to here. I don't know. This would be a better spot, in my opinion, for the Saints to trade up. Might give up less value. Might be able to give up like 16 and I don't know if a second will get it through. Maybe second and third or something. But if you're sticking with the pick, I still don't see any world where it's not Garrett Wilson. I mean, you can see my next best quarterback is Desmond Ridder at 37, and then Sam Howell. And really between those two, it depends on what you're looking for. If you want an upside guy you can sit for a year, I'm taking Sam Howell as my QB2. You want a guy with a little bit of a higher floor? Desmond Ridder's got a higher floor, maybe not quite as high of a ceiling. And then there's Kenny Pickett, who's like Sam Howell and Kenny Pickett, respectively, are high ceiling and then high floor. Desmond Ridder, to me, is like the combination of them both, but at a lesser extent, right? And then Matt Corral, who I do really like, he's another upside guy, but he's coming out of that RPO heavy system. I've got some question marks there, but he's another big upside. But we are going to go with Garrett Wilson. I just don't see going for a quarterback there. I'm reaching for a quarterback more specifically. At 9, I don't see a world where this isn't Charles Cross, right? Just protect whatever quarterback is going to be playing there next season, right? This season we lose with Drew Lock is what we're doing here. And then next season we draft a quarterback or trade or probably not free agency, but we'll see. 10 with the Jets. I feel like the dream pick here is Garrett Wilson. Or Charles Cross. That would be pretty sick. But I think another really good fit is Jermaine Johnson, right? Robert Saleh loves the trenches. We didn't take a tackle. This time we're taking a pass rusher. I love it. Washington football team. I feel like it's Derek Stingley or Kyle Hamilton. And it's just who do you want to swing on? Could be receiver if Garrett Wilson's on the board. I don't think you take Drake London quite yet. So I'm going to go actually with Derek Stingley. And just, this is a swing, take the guy who could be a top 2, top 3 player in this class. He plays like he did when he was a freshman. Swing for the fences. Kyle Hamilton, I feel like you kind of know what you're going to get. Not Not to say that he won't get better or anything, but I feel like Derek Stingley, there's more upside there. So, 12 with the Vikings. It's definitely between these top two guys on my board, Kyle Hamilton and Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis is just insane. This is definitely the range where you start thinking about him. We've stuck to my board pretty well so far, which is kind of odd. But yeah, 12, I'm going Kyle Hamilton. Some people are falling on him, and I do think positional value might get the better of him, but he could go anywhere from 2 to really 12. I think this is probably his floor. Maybe 13 is his floor, actually. I don't think if he makes it to 13 with the Texans, I don't think they pass on him. I think it's just they got to go best player available, and if Kyle Hamilton's there, I like it. 13 with the Texans. This one's kind of interesting. I like Derek Stingley here if he's on the board. I don't think he could quarterback. This is Davis Mills here. Could go Drake London. Karlaftis has got to be on the board, right? McDuffie. Man, this is a tough one. I think I'm going to go Drake London. And this is hot. This is pretty hot, I feel like. But we give Davis Mills some protection. Oh, big receiver, right? For Davis Mills. I like it. 14 with the Ravens. Ooh, this one's fun. George Karlaftis, Jordan Davis, or I still feel it's early for McDuffie. There's some size concerns there. I'm gonna go Jordan Davis. Just swing for Jordan Davis, right? 15 with the Eagles. Oh, first time I've been drafted for the Eagles since the trade, and in a full first mock. George Karlaftis is on the board. Trent McDuffie is fun. Definitely need a corner, right? Pass rush, I don't know, because they've got a lot of pass rushers on that roster. And now that you only have 2 picks instead of 3, maybe not, right? Linebacker, you could still use like a center or guard, but that's more future thinking, right? That could be something with one of your picks next year, maybe. Devontae Wyatt is interesting. I like Devontae Wyatt, but didn't they? I think they might have signed an interior defensive lineman. I think that's why they moved back the need, too. At 15, I don't think 16 or 17 goes Devin Lloyd. I think 16 is probably going to be tackle. 17 is going to be tackle or receiver, right? So I think you can wait on Devin Lloyd and not really have to worry about it. So who else are you worried about there going there? Really no one, are you? Unless you want a receiver. If you want a receiver, you've got to take him at 15. So we're going to go Jamison Williams from Alabama. He's my wide receiver 3. There's some risks there, but when healthy, if healthy, right, at least second best receiver in this class, maybe first. Well, it gets close between him and Garrett Wilson when they're both healthy, so I really like that pick. With the Saints, yeah, I think they traded above the Chargers for this guy right here, Trevor Penning, and I don't think they moved up for a quarterback. I don't. I think they're ready to win now with Jameis Winston. I think they trust him, and they want to give him the weapons with a tackle and a receiver. And hey, if you believe in him, yeah, give him a chance, right? Now, with the Chargers, you really want to tackle here. My next guy is Bernard Raymond, and I definitely think he could sneak into the first round. I don't know if he goes here, though. I think maybe you go with a receiver like Chris Olave, perhaps, or maybe you just go best player available. You could steal Devin Lloyd from the Eagles. That'd be kind of funny. But maybe you go Devontae Wyatt? I think I'm going to go with wide receiver here. I'm going to go with Chris Olave. I like that pick. All right. Eagles back on the board. Yeah, I kind of already said what this pick's going to be. It's going to be Devin Lloyd. They don't highly value the linebacker position. I hope that changes just for this draft. Get one. All right, Saints back on the board, and Treylon Burks is really the only receiver until Jahan Dotson left. And I think you've got to take him, right? I mean, unless you really like one of these QBs, which is possible, right? That is definitely possible, but McDuffie fallen in this one. Dang. I just realized that. He's still on the board. But yeah, we're going to go Treylon Burks. All right, 20 Steelers. Ooh, this could be a McDuffie landing spot. I don't think so, though. Could go quarterback. I don't know if Mitch Trubisky is really their guy. Like, long term. For next year, I do, though. So Sam Howell does make sense, right? Sit him for a year. He's going to have crazy upside. Doesn't have to start right away. He's still young. I think he's younger than any of these other 4 or 5 if you count Carson Strong on the board. That's tempting. I'm not going to lie. That is very tempting. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to take Sam Howell here. Now, this isn't what I would do. It's not. If I'm the GM right now, I'm taking Devontae Wyatt or Zion Johnson. And either one is a home freaking run of a pick. Either one. I love that. That's what I'm doing. But in this case, we're going to go maybe a little more realistic. I don't know how they're feeling about quarterback, but we're taking Sam Howell. I don't know. We're switching it up, all right? We're taking quarterback with the Steelers. Now, with the Patriots, I think this is kind of like Trent McDuffie would be. I don't know if he's a great fit, kind of like Andrew Booth here, but you know what? We're going to give him Trent McDuffie, still on the board. Yeah, we're going Trent McDuffie. J.C. Jackson's gone. You need corner. So we're going Trent McDuffie. I know he's got some size concerns and all that, but oh man, Packers. Oh, Packers got. I think the biggest loser maybe from the Saints Eagles trade might be the Green Bay Packers, Chiefs as well, because if one of those picks is wide receiver, oh man, that really hurts the Packers. Because otherwise, they'd be getting Treylon Burks, who's a perfect fit for them. And I think, don't be surprised if Packers trade up. Perhaps to 15, maybe 18. I don't know if the Eagles are selling, but yeah, that'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting. I could see that happen. Them trying to jump the Saints now that they kind of have an idea of maybe what they're doing. I don't hate Zion Johnson here if you think he can play tackle. Karlaftis. Even Devontae Wyatt, right? I know you signed Jaron Reed, but still could, right? I mean, receiver's obvious, but Jahan Dotson, is there really that big of a difference between him and like Christian Watson or Sky Moore, who you could potentially get at 28? So we're actually I think I'm gonna take Zion Johnson here. I like the idea of if you want to play Elton Jenkins, yeah, at right tackle, which I think they do. Plug him in at guard immediately, and he could be your long-term tackle. I actually really like this pick, and he is very good. All right, 23 with the Cardinals, and I don't think I can let this guy fall any farther. George Karlaftis. I think this is a great landing spot. I do think they might try to get Kyler Murray some help. Like, if Zion was still on the board, I'd consider that. I mean, I'd still consider Kenyon Green here. But I do think I'm going to go just stop the slide, right? Go George Karlaftis. 24 at the Cowboys. They would have took him anyways. Well, maybe not. They might like Linder. I like Tyler Linderbaum here. I've mocked it so many times. So I do think I'm going to change it up. Yeah. And I'm going to go with a pick. Oh, man. All right. I really like this guy. Daxton Hill. Oh, man. That's interesting. That's interesting. Sorry, I just saw this. Quarterback is a need for the Cowboys. Shut up. Shut up. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to go, Leo Chenal. Oh, I love Leo Chenal. I need to talk about him. Oh, Leo Chenal to the Patriots would have been a good pick as well. Maybe over McDuffie. All right, I'm getting sidetracked. Daxton Hill, 24 to the Cowboys. 25, Buffalo Bills. Yeah, this one's actually quite easy. Andrew Booth Jr. is still on the board. Yeah, this one's actually insanely easy. I mean, I'd consider Kenyon Green as well, but think I'm going to go Andrew Booth. All right, Titans. This one's... I think, actually, this one's pretty easy. I think it's Bernard Ryman. It's your biggest need at right tackle. I'm feeling it, right? I think he can start right away. He's very raw. He's only played tackle for 2 years. Very raw, but I do think that the upside is there. All right, Buccaneers. All right, if he is here, I don't think there's any other pick. Devontae Wyatt. I think if he's there, that's the pick. Packers. All right, this pick has to be receiver. I mean, you can look on the board. There's great players. This pick is receiver. If it's not at 22, and it could be at both. Jahan Dotson does not fit what the Packers like in wide receivers. I like him more than Christian Watson, and I'm a big Christian Watson fan. Jahan Dotson runs some of the smoothest routes, maybe the smoothest out of any wide receiver. He is fun to watch. It's beautiful. But he just doesn't fit the size that Packers like in receiver. You know who does? Christian frickin' Watson. That's the pick. This is too high for him. It is. He's a mid-second rounder, early second if wide receivers are flying. But the Packers, I think, are going to be willing to reach. Maybe they trade down a little bit, trade down into the second, early second, and then take him. But, you know, someone could trade up. Who's on the board? Like, maybe if someone likes, I don't know, if you're trading up for a center, maybe if someone likes the quarterbacks. Hey, this could be a really, you know what? I like that. If someone's in love with a quarterback, the Packers at 28 could be a legit spot to trade up with. All right, Kansas City at 29. This one's interesting. I like Elam here. I like Daxton Hill here. But he is off the board in this. 24 is probably the earliest I've ever mocked him. But, yeah, I'm going to go Kyer Elam and then Jahan Dotson. I think that's the easy picks to make, but they make a ton of sense. They really do. Unless you maybe trade for, like, Bradbury. It's the only way that doesn't make a lot of sense. And here, the Bengals, this is Tyler Linderbaum's floor. It is. He's a center-only prospect, but this is his floor, I think. And he makes it all the way here. Like I said, I consider him at the Cowboys. There's a few other spots along the way. Maybe even the Eagles if they still had 3 picks. I don't think they do it with only 2. All right, last pick of the draft. And, I really like Leo Chenal here. Usually I'd go quarterback here. I'd probably go Desmond Ridder, maybe Matt Corral. Maybe even Matt Corral here. Just because he's got crazy upside. I'd say third most in this class. And, you know, that's tempting with the Lions, right? Let him sit a year, maybe even 2. But we're not going to go quarterback here. I think there is a lot of needs on this roster. So the 5th-year option is nice and all, but we're going Leo Chenal. Yes, sir. I like this mock. I think it's pretty nice. Any real surprises here? What were the surprises? Maybe, man, this mock actually is pretty nice. Chris Olave at 17. Maybe some people didn't see that. I've been mocking Trevor Penning there for so long. It was kind of weird seeing him off the board. I don't like it. The Saints going up to 19 really sucks because if they want a quarterback, they're screwing the Steelers. If they want a receiver, they're screwing the Packers. Like, that was a good move. I just think they made it too early. The trade, of course. Zion Johnson to the Packers. I think if he's there, I don't know if you go a different direction. Unless maybe if, like, Burks, Olave, or especially if Jamison Williams is on the board. I really like that, but I might take him over Burks and Olave there. I don't know. I might hope that, at least one of them could fall. Maybe Tampa takes one. Tennessee could. Crap, Buffalo could as well. Okay, maybe not. But, yeah, overall, really, really happy with how the mock draft turned out. But anyways, guys, that's all I got today. So I'll see you guys next time.